Once upon a time, I knew a girl. I'm not going to reveal her name, but let's just say that we called her Zoolander. We called her Zoolander because the conversations that we would have with her would go a lot like this. Oh, I don't really feel like going to the bars tonight because I'm so good looking and everyone's really going to hit on me. Or you'd bump into her in the mall. Yeah, I was just walking to get something and then there were so many guys who were checking me out because I'm so good looking. Or this. Sometimes because I'm so good looking, it's really hard, having people take me seriously because they just see me and they just see that I'm so good looking and that's all they care about. We nicknamed her Zoolander. It's not necessarily something we said about her behind her back, and it's not something we were teasing her about. Quite frankly, when we'd see her, we'd be like, "Hey, Zoolander, what's up?" She got the joke because it, of course, referred to her being really good looking. The movie Zoolander came out, seems like forever ago, with Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson, and wouldn't you know, there's a not needed sequel that's just been released. But I think to myself, Ben Stiller's a decent actor. He's very funny. I mean, there's something about Mary as a classic. And then I also think to myself, well, he directed this movie, and he pretty much brought in a lot of his friends in this movie. If I was directing a movie, I'd bring in my friends if I had free reign. I also think to myself that I don't think he expects Zoolander to win any big awards. Certainly doesn't deserve to win any Razzies, but I don't think this was the type of movie that he expects people to take seriously. The first movie came out and was pretty much making fun of the fashion world because, of course, Zoolander is a model and he just makes fun of, all things fashion and kind of puts a really interesting spin on it. I think this was an opportunity of getting some sequel money and just having a good time with his friends. So I shut off my brain. Quite frankly, I could have just taken it out of my body and gone in and enjoyed this movie. This movie isn't going to be the funniest movie that you see, although there are some really good one-liners, but they're really, really stretched throughout the movie. The movie basically talks about how a lot of the world's really, really good-looking people are being taken out, and they have to bring Zoolander in to figure out what's going on. And of course, along with him, we've brought back Hansel, who of course is played by Owen Wilson. We've got Penelope Cruz as a very sexy Interpol agent on the case. And there's a couple of old baddies back, including Will Ferrell. This isn't the type of movie that you're going to go to and line up and say, "Oh my God, I'm so glad I had a chance to see Zoolander." No, this is the type of movie you're going to go to and say, "Hey, Deadpool sold out. Hey, you want to check out Zoolander?" And if you check it out, you're going to see a movie that's okay, but I hope you keep an open mind and think to yourself that this is not the type of movie that is supposed to blow your mind. It's the type of movie that you're supposed to go and see a guy hanging out with his friends, having some pretty interesting cameos along the way, and a movie that you'll probably forget about in the next few months. With no disrespect to the makers of Zoolander, not the greatest movie that I've seen this year, but definitely not the worst. Clearly something that's really, really just in the middle. I give this movie a C-, and I'd say if you're going to see it, wait for Netflix, wait for some sort of on-demand type of service to go and check it out. I don't necessarily think it's worth your full movie dollar, but if you do check it out, I'd be interested to know what you think. CFL_fan on Twitter, Facebook.com/Witty Whittier, and WittyWhittier.com. I appreciate you taking the time to check this out. My name is Keith, and I'll see you at the movies.